Welcome back to Smart Okosin TV show. In today's heading titled US Congress Shock Africa, plan to divide Nigeria into two parts between the Muslim and the Christians in Nigeria. It is the high time for everybody to start understanding the mission of US, the mission of America in Nigeria. As we used to say, not only the issue of genocide or the issue of stopping the Islam or the Christian genocide in Nigeria. They have many aim and many objection what they are coming for Nigeria. Not only to stop the Christian genocide, but also to arrange the system and to see if there will be any issue, if there will be any resolve between the Christians and Muslims in Nigeria. So as it is now, the congressmen in US, they have now briefing the US, telling the American President Donald Trump that he should look into this fight between the North and the South, mainly the Christians and the Muslims in Nigeria. They are now discussing about the division of Nigeria, so that let them come into the final case, how to make peace to reign between the Islam, between the Christian in Nigeria. So in this video, you are going to hear a lot of things and a lot of talk concerning what is really happening in US Congress. So you hear a lot concerning what is happening in the US. As the congressmen, they are now debating on how Nigeria will be divided into two sects, so that let peace reign in Nigeria. This will Biafra activist is going to explain a lot concerning what is going on in the Congress House. So how everything is working. So don't skip any part of it. Try to watch it to the end for you to understand everything going on in this video. So as about to watch, like, subscribe and share it to go around. Let others see what is going on in Nigeria.
Nigeria will be divided into two, the North and the South. This is the agreement that the US Congress has agreed that is what they are going to propose to Donald Trump. And that is the best option in Nigeria now, to divide Nigeria into two. And according to them, the North will be Muslim country, the South will be Christian country. They went on to say that Christians and Muslims living in one country has never worked, and they don't think it's going to work in Nigeria. And when I saw this news, I laughed. I say, from frying pan to fire. Hold on, I will explain to you, because there's a lot of things involved in this that most of us don't know. I'm very sure most of us might have seen this news that, oh, Nigeria will be divided into two. But most of us don't know what comes after it. I'm going to explain to you. Please do well to subscribe to this channel if this is your first time coming across my video on my channel, because on this channel I get information of everything that is happening in Nigeria. Now, the first point I'm going to make to you now is that, do you know that dividing Nigeria into two is a prophecy that was prophesied by late Colonel Muammar Gaddafi? Most of you don't know. Yes, Gaddafi of Libya, the former president of Libya, he has said that Nigeria will be divided into two for bloodshed to stop in Nigeria. I'm going to play it for you here so that you see it, because on this channel we don't do cho-cho-cho, we show facts. Now, before I go into that, I want to read for you just a very short clip of what the US Congress said about dividing Nigeria into two. This is the US Congress, and this is the statement they made. It says, let me zoom it so you can see it clearly. US Congress to propose the breaking up Nigeria to President Trump. It went on to say, we will provide options for President Trump on Nigeria this January 2026, US Congressman Rep. Willie Moore said. Breaking up Nigeria will be one of the options to create a safe zone for Christians. Hold on. Half Muslims, half Christians have never walked and will never walk. Did you hear that? Islam in Nigeria will not accept equality. Christians will continue to be subjugated. Listen to this. Islam in Nigeria will not accept equality, and so therefore Christians will continue to be what? To be subjugated. That half Christians, half Muslims never worked and will never work. So for them, they believe that the best way to solve or to bring peace in Nigeria is to divide Nigeria into two, the north and the south. The north being a Muslim country, the south being a Christian country. Now, I told you earlier that this is a prophecy of Muammar Gaddafi. I'm going to read that news for you now. I was going through some documents just a few weeks ago. I never knew this day will come when I'll bring up this topic. I was going through a document just a few weeks ago when I came across this news I'm about to show you by Colonel Gaddafi, where he said that there is too much bloodshed in Nigeria, and for that bloodshed to stop, that Nigeria need to divide into two. And what is that two he mentioned? Christian country and Muslim country. Let me read it for you. Please stay with me. Now, let's go to the next page. It says, right? This is Gaddafi, of course, for those of you that know him. He's a great man in Africa, even though he was unalived by the Europeans, because they saw that this man is going to make Africa great. That is my own analysis. Now, let's read what he said about Nigeria. As you can see, he says, divide Nigeria in two, says Muammar Gaddafi. Did you hear that? Let's see what he said preceding that. Nigeria should be divided into two nations to avoid further bloodshed between Muslims and Christians. Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi has said. Conflict between who? Muslims and Christians. So no be today this conflict started. No be today this conflict between Muslims and Christians. No be today it starts for Nigeria. Okay, let's see. In a speech to students, he praised the example of India and Pakistan, where he said that partition saved many lives. Partition is separation. That once people begin to agitate for a separate nation, that if they separate, that it will save lives. Otherwise, people will continue to die. And that is what we see happening in Nigeria. Let's see what happens. They say, splitting Nigeria would stop the bloodshed and burning of places of worship. State news agency Jena quoted him as saying, a senior Nigerian diplomat said he was not taking the suggestion seriously. Nigerian diplomat said they are not taking his words seriously, that he doesn't know what he was talking about. In fact, in one of these documents I was reading, another diplomat said that after Gaddafi made this speech, another diplomat said that Gaddafi is mad for making this statement, saying that Nigeria should split into two. I read that. Now, let's see what happens. Hundreds of people have died in communal violence in villages around the central Nigeria city of Jos this year. That year. Okay? The BBC Rena Jawad in Tripoli says Colonel Gaddafi's suggestion is unsurprising given his past form. Last year, he called for Switzerland to be abolished and for its land to be divided between Italy, Germany, and France. Now, let's see. It went on to say, let's just read this part. It said, although the violence in Nigeria generally takes place between Muslim and Christian communities, the underlying causes are a complex mix of political, social, and economic grievances. Nigeria is roughly split between its largely Muslim north and a Christian-dominated south. Muslim north and Christian south. So, Gaddafi has earlier said to stop bloodshed in Nigeria, divide Nigeria into two. But then you ask yourself, today, today, of course, we know when Gaddafi was alive and when he made this speech. Probably it was when the Igbos and the Yorubas are in peace. I don't know, I couldn't remember the year he made this speech. But Nigeria of today, do you think dividing it into two, the north and the south, do you think that it will still be peaceful? Now, let me show you this picture. This is what many people are actually, anticipating in Nigeria, how it should be divided. The Arewa, Savannah is the middle belt, Oduduwa, the southwest, and Biafra, the southeast. But then they said they want to divide into two. Let's see that picture again, into two. Now, in these two, the north, let me zoom it so that you too can see it. All right. In the north, look at Lagos is part of north. Do you think it will work? And in the south, even Kaduna, Bauchi, Gombe, Borno, they are also part of south. Now I ask you again, do you think that these people can stay together? These people are also part of north. I think Borno, Kaduna, yes, they are part of north. So from this drawing, from this picture, I still don't think it's going to work. And so, best option left for me is to say that Nigeria should be divided into 5. Arewa, Oduduwa, Middle Belt, Savannah, Niger Delta, let them have their own, because I'm very sure that if you put them into Biafra, very soon they will begin to act. There are so many mad people there. So please, what is your opinion about this? I'm going to leave the comment section free so that you drop your opinion about this. What do you think? Do you think that Nigeria should be divided into 2 or divided into 5? Make your own suggestion. But now, let me allow you to listen to this analysis they made about this, please.
Don't you think it's better Nigeria split into 2, the north and the south first? Because the Yorubas and Igbos have been living peacefully for the past how many decades as far as Nigeria is concerned. There is no crisis, there is no trouble between the two ethnic group. But if Donald Trump said we should divide the country into 2 for now, would you agree with Donald Trump?
I think if Donald Trump suggests 2, that's the north and south, it's not gonna work. Ask me why. The Fulanis are like fish bone in the neck of the Hausas, and they are the one that run the regime, the government, every administration of the government of the north. I mean, state government there, they are all Fulanis. You don't have credible Hausa politicians right now. The Fulani will use it as, let me say, the Fulani will lord it over them because they will control them. No staunch Hausa politician currently, as I'm talking to you, apart from Kwankwaso. Is there any other Hausa man, original Hausa, that is a strong politician in the north? Except Kwankwaso, Mudi Cherif. Hausas are thinly populated in the north. The Fulanis are not up to 10 million. The Erufai himself is a Fulani man. So if you allow them, Fulani will still have upper hand in the north. Then when you talk about north and south, no, it can work. Fulani would like to be Arewa, Hausa would like to be United States of the Hausas. If you go to the mind of the Hausas, Hausas are tired of the Fulani hegemony. Fulani hegemony is there in control of the politics in the north many years now. And in the south, Yoruba will be on their own, Igbo will be on their own. Let me just give you analysis of Yoruba and the Igbos. We've been living in peace for many years. The Igbos are the one building the economy here. And the Yoruba man has never seen it as a point to hand over the leadership, political leadership of the Igbos to manage. Yoruba would like to be on the top. And you'll see what transpired during 2023 election. Obi won the election and the Southwestern hijacked it by bribing the INEC. We are not going to stay with the Yorubas. We are okay staying on our own. Yoruba has everything it takes to build a strong nationhood. Mineral resources, it is here. I don't know what to understand. International water, you have a proper Tinkan Island. All this will be generating money for Southwestern government. And the Igbos going back to Southeast, we have lots and lots to, build our own nationhood.
All right, Mr. Rab, if Nigeria are to to be divided today, do you think Nigeria will not split into 2 or into 3 or into 4? How many would Nigeria split into?
Okay, let me just give you the breakdown. Southeastern Nigeria has Biafra from the axis of Benue State down to Port Harcourt, Cross River State, Akwa Ibom State, Delta State, Bayelsa State. All these are with us. These states are coastal states of Biafra. Then Yoruba, they are on their own. The states of Yorubas, they are okay. They have oil in Ondo State. There is oil off the coast of Lagos. Yeah, on the sea floor. They discovered oil. So Yoruba State is okay. They have what it takes to build a very strong nationhood of their own. I don't know what they understand. Yorubas are okay. Then when you talk about the North, the Hausas, they have rich, mineral endowment, resources in the North. Think about Sambisa Forest alone. Don't you know that they discovered much mineral resources in Sambisa Forest that warranted the Chinese, the bandits, some of the terrorists.
Are you suggesting Nigeria should be divided into 3 or into 4? Because the South said the South that comprises of the Delta Rivers, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, and Cross River said, and Edo said they are not part of the Biafra. So are you going to force them now? Hold on with my question, Mr. Raf. They said they're not part of Biafra. So are you going to force them? And like I said before, the Yorubas are ready to support you. They're ready to be with the Igbos. And Donald Trump suggested that Nigeria to split into 2, the North and the South, because the South dominates. A majority of the Christian, while the North have majority of Muslims. So maybe that is the reason Donald Trump. Right, good morning, viewers. Once again, we're in the street of Lagos State to get people reaction in what is trending in what of politics and other related issues. Here with me is Mr. Matthew. Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Quick one, the U.S. Congressman Arimo said that he suggested to Donald Trump that Nigeria should be split into 2, the northern and the southern part of Nigeria, for the sake of peace and for the avoidance of Christian genocide. Do you agree with the U.S. Congressman that Nigeria should split into 2 for now, but the same that the Biafran will not accept that Biafra should split into 2, rather they want Biafra to split into 4?
Once more, thank you for having me. I think this is an interesting development, looking at the dynamics in Nigeria. Do not forget that before now, we have been saying that if the North, particularly the Fulanis, are not ready to allow the federal government under the current administration of Senator Ahmed Bola Tinubu to address this insecurity, that is better the man Tinubu use his good office to allow people go their separate ways. Particularly in Toto first, as you have it, this issue of insecurity refuses to go away. You can clearly see this information on your screen. It's not a speculation. The American Congressman Raleigh Moore, who is leading the alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria, has come out clearly to advise Donald Trump that if need be, we are pushing for a 2-state solution in Nigeria. I must say that it is a welcome development. We are first and concerned, what it will do ultimately is to save life. Because I will tell you that as a people, we are tired of this killing. Look at what is happening currently, a situation where Katsina State is bent on releasing 70 terrorists who are in custody.
Oh yes. It's a very, very good welcome development. Everybody in Nigeria love it and like what is really discussing in US Congress. Because if you look around in Nigeria today, this issue of buying every day, you in fact, once you are sleeping, your one eye will be open, the other one will be closed. And the worst part of it is that when all those things happen, the government that need to protect you, they will be there debunking and claiming that it is just ordinary farmers or herders clashes, without going into the deep cause of it, without stopping it. So if the US comes in to make sure that Nigeria is being split into different parts, it would be more better than to split it into 2 sides, joining the north and joining the south together. So that kind of division splitting is not going to work normally, but what is going to work is do it according to the way it is before, because already the splitting is there. Just they form people, they bring people together by force. So the way Nigeria will be split is already there. and then this zone that is fighting for division is already there. So everybody knows themselves. So it is better for the US government to come into and they ask people where and what is the real issue, so that once they want to divide it, they will divide it in a normal way, not to now bring people to join people again to start fighting each other in the name of a region, in the name of land, or in the name of politics. So all those things will not be acceptable. So, well, it is okay for the division. At least they are now calling division name. At least division is now entering into their mouth. Very soon, how they will do it will come true, will come alive. That is what we are expecting. So I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing that is going on around the world? Mostly things that is happening in Nigeria, the issue concerning this division mostly. What do you think about it? Like, subscribe, and share the video to go around. Let others see what is going on in Nigeria. Thank you for watching.